Food cravings, one of the dieter's worst enemy. Yung moment na hindi mo mapigilan ang sarili mo na kumain ng matamis at maalat. Chocolate, junk foods, Haay. Napaka-common nito lalo na sa ating mga kababaihan. Pero ano nga ba ang mga dahilan kung bakit tayo nagki-crave? May mga solusyon ba para maiwasan ito at hindi maging hadlang sa pinaghihirapan nating pagda-diet? Don't worry madla dahil for today's video, sasagutin natin ang mga katanungan na yan. Kung bakit tayo nagki-crave, anong mga dahilan nito, and of course, I will share you 10 tips on how to avoid and stop food cravings. So please watch this video till the end for I assure you na makakatulong to sa'yo, especially dun sa mga hindi talaga makontrol ang sarili nila sa pagkikrave ng unhealthy and processed foods. So without further ado, let's start! Hello madla! Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if bago ka dito, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be notified and updated on my upcoming videos. Usapang cravings tayo madla. So first of all, ano ba ang food cravings? Ito yung sobrang pagnanais mong kumain at hindi lang basta pagkain madla. We are looking or thinking for something that is unhealthy and processed. So it includes chocolates, junk foods like pizzas, burgers, pastas, cookies, and ice cream, which are very high in calorie, sugar, salt, and fat, na alam naman nating dapat iwasan during our diet. Hindi ko naman sinabi na masama to for us, but these foods are very easy to overeat, which will absolutely cause of gaining weight. Next madla, we need to distinguish what is the difference between hunger and food cravings. Actually, lahat tayo aware pag sinabing hunger because hunger is a biological need of energy. Meaning, gutom talaga tayo. Kailangan nating kumain and kailangan nating mag-consume ng energy. It is also known as physical hunger, wherein yun nga, kapag gutom tayo, diba, nararamdaman natin is kumukulo yung tiyan natin and masakit na yung ulo natin. While on the other hand, food cravings, it is a desire of certain food kahit hindi naman tayo gutom. Wala lang. Gusto lang nating kainin yung mga naiisip nating pagkain. So, kailangan alam nyo yung difference between the two. Next, ano ba yung mga possible causes kung bakit tayo nagki-crave? Napakarami namang dahilan madla, but I will give you 6 possible causes na malamang ay mapasabi ka ng oo nga no. Number 1 possible cause is you may be starving yourself. Karamihan kasi sa atin pag nagda-diet is takot kumain. Nag-i-skip ng meals, which is very wrong. Starving yourself will absolutely slow down your metabolism and will make you hungrier. Dito na papasok yung magki-crave tayo ng sobra sa pagkain. Number 2, stress. So, very common to sa atin because most of us tends to overeat or crave for something unhealthy or processed during stress times. Number 3, dehydration. So, once nakulang ka sa tubig, there's a tendency na mag-crave ka into something salty like junk foods. Number 4, mood. So, minsan nakadepende din talaga sa mood natin yung pagki-crave ng food. Like kapag bad mood tayo, we are craving too much for something we desire to eat like chocolates, chips, cookies, which is akala natin yun yung makakapag-comfort sa atin and makakapagtanggal ng bad mood. Number 5, poor sleep. Ang pagpupuyat kasi madla is one of the reasons din kung bakit nagki-crave tayo ng certain foods. Kapag nagpupuyat kasi tayo madla, mas mahaba yung oras na nakakaramdam tayo ng gutom. Meaning, the more nagising ka, the more na magki-crave ka ng certain foods. And also madla, lack of sleep can increase our hunger hormone, which is called ghrelin. And kapag nag-increase to, syempre mag-i-increase yung appetite natin and it will lead to food cravings. And the sixth possible cause is menstruation. So, napaka-common ito sa ating mga kababaihan. Halos lahat naman sa atin is na-experience to, di ba? During our menstruation kasi, there's a changes in our hormones that really affects our food cravings. And yun nga, madla, the way we feel, di ba? Kapag meron tayo, irritated tayo, stress, and bored. Kasi ayaw natin no na galaw tayo ng galaw, di ba? So, the more na wala tayong ginagawa, na stress tayo, and nabobored tayo, mas mataas yung chance na mag-crave tayo ng food. So, since may idea ka na kung ano yung ilan sa mga possible causes kung bakit tayo nagki-crave into sweet and salty foods, let's go to the main topic. I will now share 10 tips that you can try to do to avoid and stop food cravings. So, hindi ko sinasabi na gawin nyo to lahat. Just choose 1 to 2 at a time and then tingnan nyo kung e-effect siya sa inyo. Okay? Tip number 1, drink plenty of water. So, sawa na ba kayo? Paulit-ulit na lang. Yes, madla. Tubig again. Water therapy is one of the possible solution to avoid or stop food cravings. So, sinabi ko nga kanina that one of the possible cause kung bakit tayo nagki-crave is dehydration. So, for us to avoid dehydration, we need to drink plenty of water. That will suffice our body needs, di ba? And yun nga, madla, if you feel that you are craving for something like chips, cookies, so una, uminom ka muna ng 1 glass of water and wait for a few minutes. Then after that, madla, I swear, mawawala ang cravings mo. Because the reality is, you are just thirsty. Uhaw ka lang, madla. If nalulungkot ka naman dahil walang lasa ang tubig, you can drink no-calorie beverages such as green tea, black coffee, pwede kang gumawa ng lemon water, and you can also drink zero-calorie soda kung yun ang makakapagpasaya sa'yo. But of course, it should be in moderation. And isa pa, madla, water have so many health benefits. Makakatulong din to para makapag-lose tayo ng weight and makapag-lose ng belly fat. So madla, I have a video about water therapy for weight loss. So you can freely watch it, madla. So ilalagay ko na lang yung link dito sa suggested videos. Pero syempre, bago nyo yun panoorin, tapusin nyo muna yung video na to. Doon ko in-explain kung ano ba yung kahalagahan ng water therapy and kung paano talaga siya makakatulong sa mga nagda-diet. Tip number 2, healthy foods first. Much better if we will first include healthy and processed whole grain foods in our meals. Syempre, it includes whole grains, vegetables, and fruits. These foods are really good in reducing our hunger and cravings since itong mga fruits and vegetables kasama na yung whole grains are very high in fiber and it will help us to feel full longer. So I have a videos about healthy meal plan ideas kung kailangan nyo ng susundang meal plan. So you can freely watch it. Actually, doctors recommended this as an effective way on how to stop food cravings. So much better if ang stock nyo sa bahay na pagkain is more on healthy foods. And once you finish healthy off first, then less likely na magki-crave ka pa into unhealthy processed foods. Tip number 3, include proteins in your meals. High-quality protein foods will absolutely help us to reduce cravings. So, parang mga high-fiber meals to, it includes eggs, chicken breast, tuna, and lean meats. So, same as with high-fiber foods, high-quality protein foods will absolutely help us to reduce hunger and will make us feel full longer for the whole day. So, mas maganda na sa breakfast natin is meron na agad high-quality protein foods para maiwasan natin yung pagkikrave sa unhealthy and processed foods. Tip number 4, plan your meals. Napaka-importante talaga, madla, na may meal plan diet ka. Lagi ko namang nababanggit to sa videos ko, so hindi nyo kailangang gutumin ang sarili nyo para pumayat. Kasi there's a possibility na mas mag-gain ka ng weight since babagal yung metabolism mo. And once na bumagal ang metabolism mo, dyan na papasok yung pag-o-overeat mo and kasabay na nyan yung pagkikrave mo into unhealthy and processed foods. You can break down the calories you need to intake in a day by making a meal plan diet. For example, you need 1,200 calories per day. You can break it down for breakfast, 300 calories. For lunch, 300 calories ulit. And for dinner, 300 calories again. So, sa 1 to less 900 calories, yung remaining calories, pwede nyong gawin as snacks, diba? So, yun, in that way, may complete meal set ka na, hindi ka pa nagutom, and naiwasan pa ang pagkikrave mo into unhealthy foods. Tip number 5, avoid getting extremely hungry. So, madla, hunger is the main reason kung bakit tayo nakaka-experience ng certain cravings. So, as what I have said nga kanina, madla, starving yourself may lead to food cravings. So, wag na wag nyong gugutumin ang sarili nyo, especially sa mga nagda-diet. Palagi nyo lang tatandaan na you don't need to starve yourself. You just need to know the right foods to eat, okay? And of course, pag sinabing right foods, yan yung mga healthy foods. Much better if you will be having a healthy diet lifestyle. Instead na parusahan mo yung sarili mo sa gutom, have already low-calorie healthy foods that you can eat whenever you're hungry para maiwasan mo yung pagkikrave into unhealthy and processed foods. Tip number 6, distract and make yourself busy. Meaning, madla, kapag na-distinguish mo naman na nagkikrave ka lang for something na hindi mo nga makain dahil on diet ka or hindi ka naman talaga nagugutom, then distract your mind of thinking about it by listening into music, have a meditation, or mas maganda kung dadaanin mo na lang sa pag-e-exercise. Anything that will make you busy para maiwasan mo yung pagkikrave into sweet and salty foods. Minsan kasi, madla, akala natin is gutom tayo, but the reality is we're just bored. And kapag bored tayo, dun tayo nagkikrave ng foods na pumapasok sa isip natin, diba? So much better to distract yourself from it and gumawa ka ng mga pagkakabisihan mo. Especially sa panahon ngayon na mas mahaba yung oras na nasa bahay tayo since quarantine nga and may pandemic. So, have a schedule na mga gagawin mo everyday. Like, i-schedule mo yung pag-exercise mo, tumulong ka sa gawaing bahay. And yun nga, pwede kang mag-isip ng pwede mo pang pagkakaabalahan. And para sa mga kababaihan naman, if we have menstruation cycle, pwede rin tayong gumalaw-galaw minsan. We can still have an exercise pero light lang. It includes yoga, 10,000 steps in position, and meditation. Tip number 7, fight stress and have a better sleep. Sinabi ko nga kanina that stress is one of the possible cause of food cravings. During stress times kasi, madla, tumataas yung level nung stress hormone natin, which is yung cortisol. And once na nag-increase yung level ng cortisol natin, there's a possibility na magkaroon tayo ng digestive problems which will cause of gaining weight, especially on our belly areas. So as much as possible, madla, reduce your stress quickly. Once na na-feel mo na nagkikrave ka into unhealthy processed foods, then find an alternative way to relieve your stress. You can call a friend na pwede mong kausapin para mawala yung stress mo, or do something you love na pwedeng makatulong para matanggal yung stress mo. And with that, makakalimutan mo yung pagkikrave into unhealthy and processed foods. Also, madla, we need to have a better sleep because lack of sleep can cause to have a poor appetite and strong cravings which you cannot control. So have a quality sleep, madla, for us to reduce our hunger hormone which is called ghrelin. Ulitin ko lang ulit, madla, so better to sleep around 10 p.m. and must have at least 6 hours of sleep para maiwasan yung cravings and makaiwas sa pag-gain ng weight. Tip number 8, practice mindful eating and eat proper meals. Mindful eating means learning to recognize the difference between hunger and cravings. So much better to practice this para maging aware tayo sa eating habits, hunger, and cravings natin. Makakatulong kasi to para maging present-minded tayo sa mga kinakain natin and makaiwas tayo sa food cravings. Also, madla, we should eat proper meals for us to prevent hunger and cravings while ensuring that our body gets the nutrients it needs, diba? So, as much as possible, we should have a complete meal on our diet. Don't ever try to skip meals because lack of nutrients can absolutely cause into certain cravings. Very important, madla, is to eat your breakfast and samahan nyo yun agad ng high in fiber and quality protein foods. And always store healthy foods on your fridge, madla. Para in case na mag-crave ka or magutom ka, you have no choice but to eat what is on your fridge, diba? And madla, if you will compare naman the unhealthy to healthy foods, mas mabubusog ka naman sa healthy foods, diba? So choose healthy foods always. Tip number 9, change your environment. So, mas madaling i-manage ang food cravings, madla, if yung mga kinasanayan nating unhealthy foods are not easily accessible. For example, kung dati palagi kang may stock ng cookies and chips, then try not to buy those foods kapag nag-grocery ka. Find a healthy option, madla. Instead na bumili ka ng mga unhealthy foods na kinasanayan mo, then buy a healthy, low-calorie foods na talagang mabubusog kayo. An example of this is apple, diba? So, if you will compare it to a cookie, di hamak na mas mabubusog naman kayo sa apple, diba? So, much better if you will remove those temptations in your kitchen and replace it with good and healthy foods. Kasi, syempre, pag nag-crave ka, you have no choice but to eat those healthy foods na nakastock sa kitchen nyo, and habang tumatagal, for sure masasanay ka na, and that will be a habit for you. So, mas maganda, diba? Tip number 10, malamang ay magustuhan ng lahat. Enjoy some fun foods in moderation. Basic psychology, madla. We are craving for food that we can't have. Pero ito ang good news, madla. We can still enjoy our favorite foods naman while meeting our weight goals. We have what we call cheat days naman, diba? So on your cheat day, you can have your cravings. But of course, it should be in moderation pa din. For example, sobrang gusto mo ng chocolate. That doesn't mean na uubusin mo yung isang bar. At least 1 to 2 pieces ng chocolate is enough para masatisfy yung cravings mo. And if possible, madla, choose the dark chocolate para healthy and pasok pa din siya sa pagda-diet nyo. In that way, hindi mo mapaparusahan yung sarili mo na sobrang mag-crave dun sa mga pagkain na gusto mong kainin that may possibly lead to overeating and gaining weight. Yan yung 10 tips na masishare ko sa inyo na pwede nyong itry to avoid and stop food cravings. So yun nga, hindi ko naman sinabing gawin nyo lahat. You can just pick 1 to 2 at a time, and if wala sa 10 ang umeffect sa inyo, then you need a help of a professional. Kung may questions, concerns, and suggestions naman kayong naiisip, madla, please feel free to comment below. So let's face it, madla, dieting and changing into a healthy lifestyle is not that easy, lalo na sa panahon ngayon. But then, isa lang ang sagot dyan. Discipline is the key. So if you're really dedicated into something, then make a way to make it real, di ba? Huwag tayo puro promise and pangarap lang para sa sarili. Don't break promises to yourself and never ever make a dream just a dream. Do achieve it, okay? So yun lang madla, sana maging helpful to sa inyo and please feel free to share this video to your friends. And if you like this video, please give this a big thumbs up. And sa mga hindi pa nagsusubscribe sa aking YouTube channel, please mag-subscribe ka na at i-click mo na rin ang katabing bell button para ma-update ka and ma-notify ka sa aking upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. See you again on my next videos. Bye!